Hey everybody, I just wanted to make this quick video as really just a recap of what happened in my trip to Douala, Cameroon. I got back a little over a week ago now and have tried to rest and kind of jump back into life. But I definitely wanted to make this for a couple of reasons. I just wanted to give you all a kind of an overview of all that happened and everything and how it affected me, and above all, thank you for the ways you supported me through prayer, and some of you even financially. I really appreciate just everything that everybody did to contribute. So, first of all, Douala, Cameroon is a very different place. I'll be brief in this video, but just to hit some highlights. I was not surprised by the poverty. It's a third world country, a lot of poverty, people sleep on the streets, that kind of thing. But I wasn't surprised by that because I'd been warned about that. There's other people in our church who'd been there and told me firsthand what they experienced. So I was expecting that. What I was not expecting, though, was the amount of people. There was just people everywhere. So the city of Douala, it's the biggest city in the country, Cameroon, and it's probably about 350 square miles. It covers a big area. It's not like a skyscraper type city. There are some more modern type buildings and stores and different things like that, but a lot of it is just, I would describe it as shacks that are just kind of clumped all together and just spread out over this 350 square miles. I mean, we didn't even see the whole city. They took us around to show us parts of the city. We didn't even see the whole thing because it's just too big. But even so, even though it's that big, there are millions and millions of people there. The lowest estimate that I could find was 5.5 million people. And we heard people tell us upwards of 11 million people in this city. So that many people in that area of square miles, there's people everywhere. There's people walking. There's what I would call vendors all along the streets selling anything from food to fuel to anything that you could imagine. And there's just people everywhere. You go down the street, you're just going to be bumping into people. It's just a lot. And there's cars driving the streets. I'm sure there's traffic laws, but nobody pays attention. You just kind of fit wherever you can fit. There's few streets that actually have painted lines on them, so you just kind of fit wherever you can fit. And motorcycles, so motorcycles are really, really big over there. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of motorcycles, and a lot of them are taxis where people will pay to hop on the back and you take them to a different part of the city. So it's everywhere. It's the amount of people, I've never seen that many people in one area. I mean, kind of think of like a theme park or something, but much dirtier because of the nature of the country and everything. The government doesn't take care of the roads. There's not potholes. There's like pot tubs. I mean, the roads are in just extremely bad condition. I mean, everybody's suspension is all whacked out because they're driving on just crazy road situations. It's just sad overall as a country. Very poor. Now, there are rich people there. There are very rich people. In fact, most of the politicians are very rich. That's one reason why you become a politician, is because you collect taxes and you just sit on the money and you don't help. There's a lot of corruption there. But what I experienced over there at the church, at Harvest Bible Chapel Douala, is a love for the Lord and a joy in the Lord that I've rarely seen. It was beautiful to see the worship. It was beautiful to see the excitement. They loved being together as a family. They loved being together for the Lord. And we got to minister to them through a youth summit. So that they had about 20 youth, but they had some more actually show up, which was neat. And the friend that went with me, Paris Barnes, he taught 3 of the youth sessions, actually 4 of the youth sessions. And we did some breakouts. I preached on a Sunday church service, and I also spoke each night of the youth summit. So I spoke a total of 4 times. And that was probably the big way that we did some ministry. We also met with all the ministry heads that served in that church and was able to encourage them personally. We just did whatever we could. Paris and I went with the attitude of whatever you want us to do, we're going to do. And I think that attitude was the right attitude because I felt like it opened doors for relationships. It opened doors that the Lord wanted to use us, and it was beautiful. It really was. So how this affected me, that would have taken care of the ministry part, but how this affected me, just seeing people in a third world country, experiencing that firsthand, seeing things like, they don't have tanks on their toilets that fill with water. You have to flush by pouring a bucket of water into the bowl. Things like that. Just seeing and experiencing that caused a greater awareness of how well we have it in the United States, and caused a greater appreciation of that. So that affected me. Seeing the Lord moving among those people, seeing their joy in the Lord, just affected my heart. I came to love these brothers and sisters in Christ whom I'd never met before, but our church has a connection with. So it was just it was a delight, and it was a change in me that I thank the Lord for. And finally, again, I'm just going to reiterate that I know several of you were thinking of me, and you were praying for me, and you were praying for the ministry. You were praying for my family back home, and I really appreciate that, and thank you so much for it. And then some of you contributed financially to the work that I was doing, and I appreciate that as well. And I just want to say thank you. I want you all to know that I love you very much. And just thank you again for all the ways that you supported. If you do have any questions that you'd like to ask me about anything of the trip, just shoot me an email, shoot me a text or something, and I'd be glad to answer any questions. Somebody asked me about the food. A lot of it was the food, similar to food we ate here, but just prepared differently. Fish, so they're right on a river. Doula is right on a river, and it's a large river. People fish it all the time, and so fish was very common. And they don't fillet it for you. They give you the whole thing, head, tail, and everything. But that was really good. Plantains, there's a lot of plantains there that are native to their country. Those were really good. And there were some other things. There was only one thing that I had that I didn't like, and that was a roasted plum. I ate it and I smiled, but I tell people it kind of had the consistency of guacamole, but bitter. It was I did not like it. So, but everything else I enjoyed. I ate. I had fun with my brothers and sisters from the other side of the world. So, again, thank you. Love you guys.